Ekam Sadvipra Bahudha Vadanti. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. That was what we are discussing about. We are discussing about that Vipra. In the usual Sanskrit, Vipra refers to Brahmin, but that's not the meaning. Vishesha Prajnavan Viprahu Bhavati. So one who has got specialized knowledge, an enlightened consciousness, he is called as a Vipra. Ekam Sat, that entity is one. So you know that the basic entities are three: Sat, Satchit and Satchidananda. Sat is many because of the difference in proportions of Panchaputas. In Satchit, they are also different. There are many because of the samskaras, the impressions they carry. Whereas when it comes to Satchidananda, it is one and only one. So an Ekam is there most of the time. Most of the time, it is referred to that Satchidananda. It is one. That entity is one. Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. They call the same Satchidananda by different names. How? So that's what exactly we are going to discuss now. You call it God. Fine, it's one. The only thing is we are changing the language. In one language, they may say Dev. Okay, fine. Somebody may say Kadavule. Fine. Devda. Okay, anything. The change in language doesn't change the object which it refers, the entity which it refers to. It is one single God. Now, the different names that are attributed to this single God, we are seeing in the background of Vedas. There are hundreds of names, not one or two. Let us rush through several names. Brahma. Praha Bruhi Vruddhav. That which is supreme, that which is the greatest, that which is the highest. That is called as Brahma. The highest, the greatest, the topmost entity what we can find in this universe is nothing but that Satchidananda. That's God. Vishnu. Vishildri Vyaptav. That which is omnipresent, that which is everywhere. Once again, the same Satchidananda. Same Satchidananda is omnipresent and it is called as Vishnu. Brahma is not different, Vishnu is not different. Both are same. Both refer to the same entity, Satchidananda. Now it is very easy for us to correlate these names with that Satchidananda because the words what we have got, the language of the Vedas, they are yogic in nature, derived, well constructed. It will not be possible to directly attribute the words to the Satchidananda, but the concepts can always be done, whatever the language be. Whether the language is derived or not, yogic or not, whether it's a conventional word, it doesn't matter. But what it means, if we take it, yes, it can be correlated. Shiva. Shivu Kalyane is the root. That which is welfare bestowing, that is Shiva. Rudra. Rudir Ashru Vimochane. Two ways we can understand it. One who is the cause for tear. One who wipes out the tears. Ashru Vimochane. It causes tears in those who are not on the right track, who are not on the right path, who are not righteous. They will be punished, and during that period of punishment, they cry and cry, and tears roll down. Ashru Vimochane. At the same time, there are some people, righteous, who are subject to so many problems and they cry, and God gives them the right knowledge to overcome it, and their tear is Vimochana, is cleared. Either way, it's okay. Rudraha. Agni. Go by Sanskrit, it is nothing but fire. But if you go by Veda Bhasha, the Vedic language, Agni is the one which leads, Agi Gatau, the one which leads us. So which is the leading force, which is the driving force of the whole universe, same Satchidananda. No second entity, it's the same entity. Varuna. Nimdevantu Varuna. Varuna. Pring Varane. One is worthy to be chosen. One is worthy to be chosen. To be our friend, to be our guide, to be our mentor, to be our teacher, whatever it is. So that which is worthy of it is among all in the universe. That Satchidananda is the one, the best. Varuna. Yama. Yama Niyamane. The one which establishes rules and regulations which are infallible. That is Yama. And who is the one who has established all these rules and regulations throughout the universe at the micro level and at the macro level? Once again, the same Satchidananda. So that itself is Yama. What about Lakshmi? It's in feminine gender. You say God is one. It cannot be male and female at the same time. Is God male or female? That's again a confusion. And those who are very much into Sanskrit study, they get confused. Because it's in feminine, they think of a goddess. Because it is in masculine, they think of a god. No. Even in Sanskrit, it is there if you study subtly. But in Veda Bhasha, it's very clear that the gender is the word and it may not match with the gender of the object or thought or thing which is referred by that word. They're totally different. Gender is only to the word. So the word may be feminine. Lakshmi is a word which is in feminine gender, but what it represents need not be feminine. God is beyond gender. In simple language, we use saha, sa and visarga, saha, he, sa, she, tat, that. These are the three genders we have got. Masculine, feminine and neuter. They have got a lot of mantras which refer to Satchidananda in masculine, Saha. And we have got many mantras where the same Satchidananda is referred to with Sa, feminine gender. The same Satchidananda is referred to by the neuter gender Tat. So what is the conclusion we draw? God can be all the three or beyond gender. Simple. You call it by he, she or it doesn't matter at all. Because it is a limitation of the language that we are using. In a language, for a noun, we have to apply one gender, one case, one number. We are bound. Otherwise, we are not able to communicate. There is a limitation of the language. Okay, fine. Cases are okay. Number, it is one only for God. And gender, anything you like. It doesn't matter at all. So Lakshmi, though the word is feminine, God need not be feminine and it is beyond gender. So what does it mean? Laksha darshana ankana yoho. That's the root for it. Laksha darshana ankana yoho. Ankana is a mark, a feature, a property. Darshana is that which is visible. So this whole world is created with so many things which are distinct from one another. They have got their own identification, they have got their own properties, they have got their own features. That's Ankana. Each has got its own speciality, uniqueness. Because of this whole world is different. And who established all this? A simple thing I have told you. Akasha, we call it space. The feature of space is sound. If sound is there, yes, Akasha Tattva is working. If smell is there, fragrance is there, it is Prithvi Tattva. Just an example I am telling. So if smell is there, we are very clear that it is nothing but Prithvi Tattva, it is there. Taste, Ap Tattva. Taste. If something is perceivable by our tongue, in that there is that Ap Tattva, there is the Tattva of water, Ap Jalam. Like this, the basic 5 elements are associated with their own peculiar, unique features. And who established all this? Who set all this? Who fixed all this? Yes, that force is called as Lakshmi. The one which is responsible for visible features of the whole world. Everything in the world has got its own visible feature, which is not the same as the other one. The one which has established all is called as Lakshmi. Ganapati. Gana Sankhyaane, Pati Parakshane. Sankhyaana means to count. So any question of counting comes, and it's more than one. Now who needs protection? And it's more than one. It's nothing but Satchit. Sat is not bothered whether it's protected or not protected because it has no consciousness. Just inert. You throw it, it will fall somewhere and be there. Unless an external force works on it. It's inert. Security, danger, all such feelings are never there for an inert thing. It's all there for Satchit. And there are many. And they need protection. The one which gives protection to these many Satchits is called as Gana plus Pati, Ganapati. This is Vedic language. Our Puranas have reduced this Ganapati to an elephant god. No elephant, no god here. Of course, God is there, but it is not with form, and that too not elephant. One small incident I want to quote. A small child, not a very big intellectual, say the child is around 6 years, 7 years. It used to listen to all these things at home. And the child asked one beautiful question. You say that this human being is a very, very intelligent creature. It has got such a brain which is powerful enough to think, act, analyze, imagine, visualize. Yes, baby, you're right, you're right. That is what we have been speaking of, fine. What about other animals? See, other animals, maybe physically they're strong and huge in their form, but with reference to mental activity, it is very less. Their brain power is very less. It is limited to taking care of their basic instincts. Oh, is it? Right. Now I have got a question. We are all human beings with better brain? Yes. Now then why do you worship an elephant god which has got a lesser brain? How to answer this question? It's an elephant god having the elephant's head. Now this elephant's head definitely has got a brain which is not as superior as a human being. Is it right? It's of a lower species. Now when children start asking questions like this, we are definitely floored. Definitely floored. So this is what happens when you go behind Puranas. But if you go by Veda and the Vedic explanation of things, things are different. The questions of children can be answered like this. Very comfortable. The Satchit is referred to as Gana, and it's more than one, and they need protection, and that force which protects them is what is called as Ganapati. Prajapati, same thing. Praja, Satchit are known as Praja, born well. Yes, human life is really a wonderful life that's given. It's a boon that you got a human life. Because only in human life it is possible for us to improve our own selves. That's our souls. We can strengthen our souls. We can purify our souls. And it's the one and the only opportunity. That is to be born as human beings. It's a rare opportunity. So we are not born low. Nobody is born low. Janusha Sujata Saha. This is another piece of the Veda mantra. If I'm right, I have taught this earlier. Janusha Sujata Saha. Everyone is born high. Because he's a human being, over. But speaking of people who are born to a low caste, high caste, this and that, it is all anti-humane. It's all wrong. It's not truth. Janusha Sujata Saha. Every person is born a lucky person because he's a human being. He could have been born as some animal, some creature. No. He's born as a human being. That itself is a great thing. A bumper prize for the Jivatma to be born as a human being. So everybody is from a high level. What is that high level? That's human beings. Janusha Sujata Saha. Sujata. Born well, born high. So discriminating among human beings as you are high, I am low, you are great, I am not, I am superior, inferior, is all inhuman and selfish and brutal and never noble. And such things are there everywhere in every society. I mean, one place they speak of high caste, low caste, in another place they may speak of whites and blacks, something like that. It's anti-human. It's anti-human. The skin of the color is not at all a matter to be considered. It's the color of the soul that is very important. When I say color of the soul, it doesn't refer to the physical color. It refers to the quality of the soul. That is more important. The color of the skin on the outside may be black or white. But the soul inside is dark with ignorance. What is the use of it? The white skin, the fair skin can never help. The whole process is something totally different. Black or white externally doesn't matter, but internally, what is the quality of the soul, that is very important. Is the soul selfish or the soul broad-minded? That's what we are worried about. So keeping all this in mind, we say the Satchit itself is Praja, born well, born high, born Dio, very, very rare species. All human beings. Vedas never discriminate on any basis. color, creed, caste, nationality. Nothing. It never discriminates. But differences are there between one Satchit and another Satchit. That is because of their samskaras, the impressions they carry, the imprints they carry. But it is all because of their acquiring it, retaining it, and carrying it on. If the souls are careful enough, they can always alter the composition of their samskaras. It's possible. The whole responsibility, the whole onus is on the Satchit. Satchidananda has never got a role to play in that. It's just a witness. Just a witness. It provides everything. It guides what to do. Finally, what is to be done and what is to be achieved is left to the Satchits. They need a lot of protection. They need a lot of guidance. The one which gives is called as Prajapati. Indra, Idi Paramaishwarye. The one which is the wealthiest, the richest is called as Indra. Who is that? The master of this whole universe. The whole universe belongs to that. And that Satchidananda is called as Indra. Idi Paramaishwari. Like this, we can on and on and on think of so many names that are there in that. And every name refers to one entity called Satchidananda. It's one and only one. Samprashna means another name. Samprashnam. God is called as a question mark. Fine. That's true. Samprashna. Because any amount of our study and understanding God can never be complete. Something will be left. So what is that? What is left? Reminder. And what is that reminder called as in Veda Bhasha? Shesha. Shesha. Something is left. So Shesha is another name for the same Satchidananda. However you know, however much you know, still something is left, Shesha. You cannot know it completely. And Puranas, what they have done it? They are called Shesha as a snake, a serpent, and they have created a lot of stories upon it. And what you gain finally? You get a beautiful folktale. That's all. We are not able to realize the truths. Or we are not able to understand the nature of God. But when you go by the Vedic language, things are different. Shesha, Samprashna, Vidhata, Dudhai Dharana Poshana Yoho. This whole universe is born by that power. How? Vidhata in a very, very special way. We cannot even imagine how it is being done. Of course, we study and understand so many things, but as I told you just now, whatever we understand, still something is left. We cannot know it 100% because it's enormous. It is so subtle. The instrument what we are given, Sharindra Manas, is not at all compatible to know that huge thing. At one point of time, we say, I'm sorry, this is my maximum thing. Is it over? No. Still it is there. Vidhata, the one which bears. Swayambhu. Okay, this is another name for God. Swayambhu. Bhu Satayam, that which exists, Swayam, on its own capacity. The one which can exist purely on its own merits. It doesn't need anything second to support it. But we need it. We Satchit, we are not Swayambhus. Of course, we are not created. We are just existing with Anadi and Ananta nature. That's fine. But we cannot function on our own. We need someone who can provide us a tool for it. Sharira Indriya Manas. It's there, yes. We are fine. If it's not there, we are dormant. We are inactive. We are non-functional. Can't help it. And inner things, yes, it's very clear. They'll be where they are. A body in a state of rest, or a state of continuous motion, continues to be in the state of rest or motion unless acted upon by unequal forces, external unequal forces. Newton's first law of motion, it holds good for it. It has no happiness, it has no feeling, there's no effort, it doesn't do anything on its own. It just stays in one place unless someone does something on it. That's also not Swayambhu. The only one entity which is eligible for that word Swayambhu is that Satchidananda. So the other name for it is Swayambhu. Shuddham. The purest that you can think of. The one which is the purest is the one which is the bliss. Even if there is an element of pollutant, the quality of bliss will get lost. Bliss is pure. And the one which is bliss is that Satchidananda, and that is Shuddham. Like this, you can go on finding out one word after another, one word after another. Triambakam. You are familiar with this word, Triambakam. That's also a name for God. Ambaka means power. Ambaka means power, capacity, strength. Triambakam, the one which is having three powers, which nobody else, which no other entity has got. It's a unique feature of, it's a sole feature of that Satchidananda. So it's called as Triambakam. What are those three strengths? Capacity to create, capacity to maintain, and finally capacity to destruct, destroy. It doesn't spoil anything, but when the whole thing falls down, it takes care of it. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. The one which is capable of handling all the three conditions, Srishti, Sthiti, and Pralaya, is only one, that is Satchidananda. That is called Triambakam. The one which has got these three qualities. Soma. Soma. Soma means compassionate. Soma means the one which can just flow down with love and affection, which can melt. So the melting one is the Soma. So ultimately it results in the one which is compassionate, Dayamaya, Karunashali. Now that is called as Soma. Who is the one who is very compassionate? Is nothing but the Satchidananda. And this concept has been picked up by the Islam. They speak of Allah. The meaning of the word Allah is compassionate. Okay, the language is different. But looking at God as one which is compassionate, yes, it's a universal thought. There's no barrier. You cannot say it is Indian, it is Hindu, it is Christian, it is Islam. No. Looking at God as a compassionate one, looking at God as our father, looking at God as our mother, as our brother, it's a universal concept. What Christians say? Father. They call it as Father. That Satchidananda, they refer to his Father, they refer to his Lord. Fine. Concept is the same, language may be different. But basically, when it comes to the question of God, all great thinkers belonging to any part of the world, they are all same. All agree. But unfortunately, the followers have spoiled everything. That's the problem. The followers of Islam, the followers of Christianity, the followers of Hinduism, whatever it is, all of us have misunderstood it. If this one misunderstanding is gone, if every human being on this planet realizes that God is one and it is one for all, hundreds of wars which have been waged, which is being waged and which may be waged tomorrow can stop. God is one. And you are all fighting on God, saying that my God is superior, God is inferior. You follow my God, you follow my this and that. Conversions, forcible conversion. Saying that my God is superior, I spoil your God, I kill your God, I do this. In the name of God, lot of disturbances have taken place earlier in history. It is happening even now. And if you want these things not to happen in future, you have to realize these truths. As early, the better. God is one, He is compassionate. He is not a cause for our fight. He cannot be a cause for our fight. Okay, you call Him by X, I call Him by name. Why? Doesn't matter. X and Y, they are same. The same God. The whole problem comes when you are not able to apprise God in the right way. If I understand God with a form, yes, all the problems will come. And Vedas are very clear. Vedas are very clear. God is akayam, has no form. A lot of problems will be solved. And there is no form. When you understand God as an experience, yes, uniformity will come, universality will come. You'll be able to appreciate it. But when you speak of form, yes, I imagine in one form, somebody imagines in one form, and we eternally fight saying my form is right, my form is great. No. God has no form at all. Why do you create idols? Why do you create photos? Why do you create stones? Why do you say God is here? Why do you kiss it? Why do you worship it? Why do you look at that one single structure as God? No, God is formless. It's everywhere. It is enormous and it is subtle. It is an experience. It's an experience of peace and bliss. Wherever you are, however you are, whenever you want, and if you are able to experience that peace and bliss, yes, you are with God. Anyone, anywhere. God is not discriminative. God is not discriminative. He is available to every person, provided they open up, provided they deserve that peace and bliss. They will get it. No discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, race, nationality, gender, literacy. No, nothing. Affluence. No. The only prerequisite for experiencing peace and bliss is a strong soul and a pure soul. Over. Anyone, anywhere who has it can experience peace and bliss. What are we to pay for it? Nothing, free. How much you get? In abundance. See? And that is the case. Fighting over God, killing others in the name of God, killing others in the name of religion, creating all disparities in human society, have no words to explain. It's brutal, barbarous. I don't know what better words we can use. Definitely it is not human. We have to think. We have to think. Spreading barbarism is very easy. Spreading love is what we need. Yes, we also want a peaceful living. When we want a peaceful living, we have to provide such a peaceful environment to others also. And it is possible. When our fight over God, when our fight over religion stops, not otherwise. Religion is not a right word for dharma. It's not an equivalent, but okay. In the absence of a better word, let us use it. The dharma, the religion of all of us is one, that is Manava Dharma or a human religion. Only one for all human beings. When that is the case, dividing this one human religion, dividing this one Manava Dharma into pieces and fragments, and getting into problems, fighting over, I think it is the height of foolishness, height of ignorance. You should think and think. And finally arrive at the conclusion. Ekam sat vipra bahudha vadanti. That is one, that entity is one. Why fight over it? It's for you, it's for me. You may call it by another name, I may call it by another name, it doesn't matter. But we are all protected by one single force. This whole universe is created by one single force. This whole universe is maintained with reference to the rules and regulations by one. And tomorrow, this whole thing gets destructed. And the whole thing will be under the control of that one. And what will that one do? Once again create this whole universe for the sake of all of us. Human life is not for fighting. Human life is for improvising our souls, improving the quality of our souls, getting higher strength, getting higher purity. That's the purpose of human life. How many religions speak of this? Very sorry. Very few religions speak about this. But that's the truth. Unless we realize it, we cannot lead a happy life on this planet. We'll be living with all tension and anxiety for 50 years, 80 years, 100 years. What next? Nothing. Be rotating the cycle of birth and death. What's the use? What's the use? Sharirindra Manas is a tool. That too, a human Sharirindra Manas is a tool for the soul to improvise itself, to progress. If you miss it, gone. A rare opportunity, a great opportunity is gone. And what's the time available? What's the time available? If you maintain the Sharirindra Manas very well, maybe 100 years, maybe 150 years, over. It's a very, very short span compared to the spiritual progress we are supposed to cover. And in the short span, what happens? More than 50% lost in sleep, so many years lost in childhood, and the remaining years lost in fighting. What is the use of it? So we should all think seriously and stop fighting and concentrate on our spiritual pursuits, irrespective of the man-made religions, the man-made sex, caste, creed. They all belong to human beings, and all human beings have got a one common goal, one common feature, one common opportunity, one equal opportunity. Which is a starting point? Ekam sat vipra bahudha vadanti. God is one, don't fight over it. If you want to convert it into an idol, yes, we have got a problem. And that's not true also. Natasya pratishtihi, natasya pratima asti, declares Veda. God is formless. Draw a beautiful picture, fine. It's a wonderful painting, it's a wonderful sculpture, fine. But don't get yourself misled saying that this photo, this drawing, this painting, or this sculpture is God. Don't carried away by that. It's not. It's a beautiful piece of art. Agreed. It's a beautiful piece of art. Agreed. Every artist, every sculptor have created wonderful things. Leonardo da Vinci, Picasso, Ravi Verma. So many things are created. Wonderful. But don't mistake that as God, because God is formless. If you start identifying these idols, these gross things as God, we are into trouble, and we are in trouble now. The fighting between religions is mainly because of this. The barriers between one group and the other group has to be broken with knowledge, with the realization of truth, that we are all belonging to one world. We are all belonging to one sovereignty. And the sovereign here is the God. You call him as Allah, you call him as Lord, you call him as Father, you call him by any name. It is one entity. It's yours, it's mine. I'm also protected by that, you are also protected by it. You are also guided by that, I'm also guided by that. See, the whole way we look at the world shall be different. There shall be no territories between countries, no borders between countries, no fight over natural resources. We just share it. Whatever is our need, we take it. We are not grabbing it. Because Vedas say very clearly, as a human being, you are not supposed to grab. Ma gridaha. You share it. How much you want for a simple living? That's enough. Why get more? Because you are wasting your time and energy. You should have gone after your spiritual pursuit. To live and sustain, you need something, take it. Nature provides it liberally, freely, in its purest form. Take it. Sustain. What next? Go again, go behind your spiritual pursuit. When this becomes a common code for everyone, the whole world overnight turns itself into heaven, turns itself into paradise. It appears as utopia. Fine. But to what extent it is possible, to that extent, yes, the world becomes bearable, the world becomes enjoyable. Once again, what is the starting point? Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. Your God and my God are not different. Your God is also formless, my God is also formless. You also belong to human religion, I also belong to human religion. They speak of world peace. But at those forums where they speak of world peace, this particular aspect doesn't come into discussion very clearly. That's the problem. We have discussed these lines. God is one, it's formless. Why fight over it? Vedas are capable of guiding the whole universe on the right track without any discrimination. That's very, very important. It's universal in nature. But unfortunately, this point is lost. It's forgotten. And his whole Veda is lost under the heavy load of Puranas. Very unfortunate. Even today, even great scholars around the world, they confuse Veda and Purana are the same. Our Purana is another form of speaking of Veda. This is not true. Veda is different, Purana is different. Purana is all fiction. Veda is not fiction. It is science, it's art, it's reality, it's universal. Unfortunately, nobody is projecting Veda in this way. When it is done in all forums, forget about the language, Maybe when you listen to Sanskrit or Vedic language, somebody may feel, oh, it is not universal, it is fine. In your language itself, take the concepts what are there in the Vedas. You do not remember Ekam Sad Vipra Bahudha. You can say that God is one. Have realized that God will understand God with different features and different qualities. Fine. The essence is taken. The whole purport is taken. That's enough. That's what we want. If you take it in the Vedic language, that's excellent because it's a beautiful language for communication. Even otherwise, take what is there in it. So in this particular universal thought is spread over a whole globe. World peace is not a utopia, it becomes a reality. At work for it. To what extent we work? There is a whole world changes or not, that's a different thing. But definitely our world will change, our life will change. That's ensured. We can be closer to peace, we can be closer to bliss, we can be closer to happiness. Ekam sad vipra bahudha vadanti. Whatever it is, we shall understand God as one, and we shall understand God as one without form. Just because God doesn't have form, functions are not sacrificed. God can see. Sarva Drashta. That's another name for God. Sarva Drashta. One who can see everything. But it doesn't depend upon a tool as we depend upon a tool like eyes. God can hear, but without ears. It's possible. That's the capacity of God. That's why God is called as Sarva Shakta, omnipotent. God can do anything, but without assistance. Like maybe limbs, arms, instruments, equipments, tools. No, nothing is required. Whatever God wants to do, can do it without any assistance. Sarva Shakta. If we start understanding God in this way, yes, lot of our confusions, lot of our mistakes can be solved. If you fix God in an idol, in a photo, in a temple, in a mosque, in a church, what will happen? Other than that place, in other places, we cannot see God. That's the greatest problem. When you say God, we look at Makkah, Medina. When I say God, we look at a church, Jerusalem. When I speak of God, we look at Kashi, Rameshwara, this and that. What about other places? God is not there. God is everywhere. He is omnipresent. We miss this omnipresence. So we dare to commit crimes. We dare to tell lies. We dare to cheat. Because God is not here. God is locked up in a place of worship, whatever you call it. Pagoda, church, masjid, temple, whatever you call it. We have locked him there. Once we have locked the God there, wherever we are, wherever we do things, we are relieved. I can do whatever I want. Nobody is seeing. That is why crime happens. That's why terrorism happens. That's how cheating happens. That's how cruelty lives. But if you realize that God is there everywhere, in you, outside you, in your own soul, then what will happen? I dare not think evil. I dare not tell a lie. I dare not, because it's there, he's seeing always. He's also called as Aryama. That's the next step. He just doesn't see and keep quiet. He has established a system where you will reap the benefits of what you have sown. You see? Impartial. Aryama is an impartial judge. Justice. Whatever you do is accounted. Whatever you do is recorded. And you get the results of it. You can never escape from it, whatever you do. You are bound to take the fruits of it, good or bad, reward or punishment. When you realize these things, we can never dare to think of evil even in our dreams. Because we have to take the brunt of it. I only, if not today, tomorrow. I have to face the music. It's me. I'll be very, very careful. I can never think wrong. I can never talk wrong. I can never do wrong. Because God is everywhere. I have not locked that God in one place of worship. Because I cannot lock. Because it is omnipresent. Because it is formless. You see? Realize, this one single point transforms the whole way I think, speak, and do. If more and more people realize this truth, it's not a story, it's not a fiction, it's a science, it's a logic, it's a realization. Once we do it, yes, we are left with no other option than working for the progress of our soul and helping others to do the same. And that is what that one single God wants us to do and has given this opportunity for us to do. How far we do it? We are answerable to our own selves, nobody else. Okay, thank you for the day. It is a bit emotional today. Okay.